Thì không tay đơn từ mây mà vô vi đi bao bên choice me to be bound the wild world living the main can the well living so well to will till the
Let's answer one of the most popular questions in calculus. When does the limit of a function not exist? Let's say we have a function 2x plus 3 all over x plus 3 as x approaches negative 3. To evaluate this limit, we can use the substitution method by plugging in the value of negative 3 to x. And in this case, it's negative 3 over 0. Therefore, we know the limit does not exist. Now, there are several ways on how to evaluate limits. One of them is the dividing out technique. Let's say I have this example, x minus 6 all over x squared minus 36. If I plug in the value of 6 to x, I know that my limit will not exist because the denominator will turn into a 0. Now let's substitute. Since our answer is 0 over 0, we know that this is undefined. Now, analyze this. If you've noticed, if we are plugging in a value of a number that is close to 6 but it's not actually 6, the limit of a function approaching a certain number. And in this case, for 5.999, it's approaching 0.0833. Now let's try a different set of numbers. Now what do you notice? We have shown that the function is approaching 0.0833 as x approaching 6. You can use the algebraic technique of factoring to solve real limit problems. All algebraic methods involve the same basic idea. When substitution doesn't work in the original function, usually the reason is because there's a hole in the function. Therefore, you can use algebra to manipulate the function until substitution does work. Let's have an example. Now, by observation, we know that the limit does exist for 6. We can use the factoring method to prove that this limit of a function exists by factoring the denominator, simplifying, and plugging in 6 to the function. We know that the limit of x minus 6 all over x squared minus 36 as x approaching 6 is 1 over 12, or 0.0833. Therefore, the limit exists. Now let's have some examples, and I'm going to give you 3 minutes to evaluate the following limits. If your answers are correct, the limit exists for number 1, and it exists at 1/3. And these are the answers for your problems.